The reason why you are being surrounded by so many distractions and so much noise right now is because you are about to break out of whatever box, whatever ties, cords, anything that people have placed on you to keep you stuck, to keep you in their control, to keep you in this state of being easily manipulated or controlled. You, my love, you are not under attack. You are not being harmed. You are not being cursed. You are blessed. And that is why everything that is happening around you seems so, it's like, you could use the word icky or just like why did this person just do that or say that, or like, why is this happening? It's because you are so blessed. You are rising so high. It's like they're trying anything. Those lower vibrational energies are trying anything at this point. That's why it's so random, the things that are happening to you. That's why it's like literally like, what is that? Like, why did that even just happen? It's like the last ditch efforts to pull you down, and it's not going to work. You're just beginning. Like, I feel like everything is about to begin for you. The life that you've always dreamed of, or the Princess of Hearts, it's like, start planning, start feeling, start affirming this to yourself, that it's here, that this is the reality you're living in, because this is the reality you chose for yourself. Oh my God, you want to know what it is? You don't even realize that you just came out of a dark night of the soul. You don't even realize that you just came out of a dark night of the soul, because it was so subtle, because you've mastered yourself so much with the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. You've mastered yourself so much that you don't even realize what you just came out of. You don't even realize what was fully happening. Like, that was actually a darkness for you, like a dark time period. But it seemed so much lighter than, of course, the Ten of Pentacles came back out because I didn't pull it off the bottom of the deck. You didn't even realize, because that's how much stronger you've become. It was a test. It was literally a test to see if you would keep going. And now you're about to get everything, because you're choosing. And it might be even in this moment, or it might have been a realization that like just occurred to you maybe a day ago or 2 days ago. It was all a test with the Six of Hearts here. Yeah, you're closing out this cycle. You're moving into a cycle of just pure love, pure bliss, pure pleasure. It's like childlike innocence and joy and excitement and adventure. Oh my God. It was literally a dark night of the soul. You didn't even realize, because that's how strong you are. And you were so graceful through it. You held your head high. You showed up for yourself in the moments that you needed to. With the Seven of Hearts here, and now you get to receive love from like all areas of your life. Support, guidance from all areas of your life. You're coming out of this, it's like clouded headspace that was surrounding you. You want to know what? People were projecting onto you. People were heavily projecting onto you. And I say that very lightly, because the thing is that you are divinely blessed. You are divinely protected. And that means that nothing and no one can stand against you and stay. Like, nothing and no one can come against you and prevail. Because you are the definition of success. You are the definition of victory. You are the definition of blessed. You are this light being. You vibrate at a frequency of not just love, but also truth and authenticity. And because of that, you will be eternally blessed in this lifetime. And surrounded by good things, surrounded by good people. You're moving into a time of your life where you have, committed relationships, committed friendships, committed, like financial abundance, like everything that you are moving forward into is commitment, because you committed to yourself, even when it got so dark, even when you were going through this dark night of the soul, you were still committed. You were still moving forward at the best that you could. You said no to lower vibrational choices that previously would have dragged you down to a really deep place. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. And I'm so excited for you because there's a lot of interesting things taking place for you as you come out of this. And as you, it's like sink back into your power. Like align back with that divine frequency that radiates from within you. I think there's going to be a few things that you don't expect to happen for you. One of them is definitely surrounding love, for sure. Like something is taking place or a conversation is taking place with the Hierophant card here, with the Strength card coming out after. Mr. Slow Moving isn't going to be Mr. Slow Moving anymore. Let's just say that. God has a very specific message for you, so I trust that if this message has found you, then it is for you. I'm going to close my eyes and allow myself to tune in to what this message is. You're being asked to open your eyes to something so far beyond what you are familiar with. You're being asked to see the world clearly at this time. In fact, you are being guided to see the world clearly. Like I'm seeing layers being pulled back, old and dusty. It's like parts of yourselves that you've been waiting for this shedding. You've been waiting for this change. You've been waiting for someone to take you and like look you in the eyes and be like, wake up. Come on, like enough. Maybe I'm that person for you. Maybe someone's literally going to look you in the eyes and say, hey, time to wake up. Life isn't what it was before. You have shifted into a new reality that is going to give you the opportunities to learn new skill sets. It's going to allow you to progress forward in ways that you never could have possibly imagined before. Like you are in complete alignment, complete harmony with this version of yourself who is about to have everything that you have ever wished for, everything that you've ever asked for, everything that you ever dreamed of experiencing as a human being in this world. And you're being given it. You're being gifted it. You don't have to work hard for it. You just have to continue to work on yourself. Like you have to continue to dive inward, continue to self-reflect. Continue to shed these old layers of yourself, these belief patterns that no longer belong with you. And when it comes to love, by the way, there is somebody so special coming into your life. This person is going to bring a completely new wave of energy for you. And when I tell you, you are the container that they have been waiting for. Like I see you as this fortress, like this wall that their emotions, it's like you can handle this person. Like you can handle everything that they are. You can handle the force of this love, the force of this, their human experience. Like everything that you are a perfect fit for this person. You have everything that they could possibly need. And so far beyond that, like the magic that this person feels when they are connected to you is beyond, like they've never experienced this with anyone. And so they are going to be devoted to you. They are going to be loyal to you for the simple reason that your energy shines so bright right now. Like your energy is taking off. And they are going with you because their energy is a match for yours. It's not someone who's going to take from you. It's not somebody who's going to put out your light. This is somebody who's just going to actually encourage your light to shine even brighter. You are being pushed into this new timeline, this new reality. You are going to be accepting new roles, higher level positions, higher level of respect from the people around you. You are going to walk through this world with your head held high, fulfilling a purpose that only you could possibly fulfill because there is nobody else in the world who does what you do the way that you do it. The way that you show up in this world is so truly unique. And yes, we are all one underneath it all, but you are such a unique expression of lifetimes of working through generational curses, of taking people's shit, honestly, of being repressed, of being cut down, torn down by people around you. And even in this lifetime specifically, you have been battered, beaten, abused, like every crazy word like this is what comes to mind right now. You have been through it in this lifetime. And so you are going to come out on the other side, not just the brightest, happiest, most fulfilled, most authentic, confident version of yourself, but also so humble. You are somebody who would never take what was done against you and use that as power against others. You would never, ever stoop to someone else's level. That is what makes you so unique, and that is what makes you so special. You need to understand this. You are not like the others. And there's many others. And there are people like you. There is a whole beautiful community of this world, in this world, of people like you. Like-minded individuals, like-hearted individuals, people who are so inclusive. The idea of there being others isn't an acknowledgement of you being better than anyone else, but rather just an acknowledgement of the state of the world as a whole. The realization that, yes, there is work to be done, and the best way to change the world is to change your inner world. And so you are showing up in this world, doing the work. You have worked through lifetimes of generational traumas and curses. And you are coming out on the other side of this so much stronger, so much happier, so much freer, so much softer, so confident in your ability to show up in this world as authenticity, as conscious expression of yourself. You know what this world needs. You know what your world needs. And you are being given the stage. You are going to have that spotlight shining on you so that you can do exactly that. Living fully in your purpose, fully embracing your dreams, fully embracing the true, most raw and authentic expression of yourself, scared of no one, scared of nothing. Arms open, heart open, mind open to the greatest and greater expressions of love.
Beloved soul, if this message has touched your heart, don't let this moment pass without receiving it. Speak these words over your life right now. I am chosen by God. I am deeply loved. I am not forgotten. My story is unfolding according to His perfect plan. Say it again. Let every word settle into your spirit. Let it replace fear with faith, doubt with hope, and uncertainty with peace. Carry this truth with you into the days ahead, knowing that heaven is still working on your behalf. If this message spoke to your heart, share it with someone you love. There may be a person who feels lost, discouraged, or ready to give up, and these words could be the reminder they need today. That they are loved, seen, and chosen by God. And if you feel led to help us continue sharing these faith-filled and encouraging messages, you can support this ministry through a super thanks. Every gift, whether large or small, helps us reach more hearts with messages of hope, love, and God's promises. May the Lord bless your generosity, multiply it back to you in His perfect timing, and fill your life with His favor, peace, and abundance. Together, we are building a community of faith, united in God's love and strengthened by His purpose. There is a specific kind of turbulence that only happens at altitude, not on the ground, where everything is familiar and low stakes, and the worst that happens is inconvenient. At altitude, in the space between where you were and where you are going, in the thin air of genuine transformation, that is where the resistance becomes most intense, most irrational. most specifically designed to make you doubt that the altitude is real, that you actually belong up here, that you have not made a terrible mistake by choosing to rise. You have been experiencing that turbulence, the random, inexplicable, almost absurd disruptions. The people who said or did things that seemed to come from nowhere. The moments that made you stop and think, why is this happening? Why now? Why does it feel like everything is conspiring to make me doubt myself at the exact moment when I need to be most sure of myself? I want to tell you something about all of that. Every single disruption was a confirmation. Things do not try to hold down what is not rising. They do not work to keep in place what is already content to stay still. The very specific, targeted, sometimes surreal quality of what you have been experiencing, the last ditch quality of it, the slightly desperate energy of it is not the universe telling you something is wrong. It is the universe showing you that something is finally, irreversibly right. You are breaking free from something that had its identity partly built around your staying contained. And the moment any system, whether it is made of circumstances or people or old patterns or energies you cannot even name, senses that the containment is ending, it does exactly what you have been watching it do. It tries anything, not because it is particularly powerful, because it is losing its power, and the desperations of that is making it visible in a way it was not before. You are not under attack. You are being revealed as too free to be contained anymore, and that is a completely different thing. Now let me tell you about the darkness you just came through, because I think you need to hear this named clearly. You did not see it as darkness while you were in it. That is the most important part of this. You moved through something significant, a genuine testing, a real and sustained period of difficulty that would have visibly broken a person with less inner architecture, and you navigated it with such grace, such self-possession, such commitment to continuing forward that you emerged from it without fully registering how dark it actually was. That is not a sign of disconnection from your own experience. That is a sign of how much you have grown. The same difficulty that would have laid you entirely flat a few years ago, that would have produced a collapse you might still through you like weather. Still present, still real, still requiring something of you, but survivable in a way that it would not previously have been, and survivable with a dignity that most people would not have managed. You should be extraordinarily proud of yourself. Not in the performative, for public consumption way, in the quiet, private, genuinely earned way, in the way that belongs to you alone. And here is what most people do not realize at the season you just completed. The choices you did not make were just as significant as the ones you did. There were doors available to you during that period, familiar doors, ones you have walked through before, ones that would have provided temporary relief at the cost of real progress. Lower vibrational options, the kind that feel like solutions in the short term and reveal themselves as setbacks in the longer one. The kind that a previous version of you would have been more susceptible to, not because that version was weak, but because they had not yet developed the particular kind of self-knowledge that makes certain doors obviously wrong rather than appealingly complicated. You did not walk through them, you saw them, you probably felt their pull, and you turned away quietly, without fanfare, without anyone witnessing the choice or understanding the significance of it. You turned away from what would have taken you backward and kept walking in the direction that has brought you here. That is not a small thing. That might be the most important thing. The cloud that has been surrounding your thinking, the heaviness, the slight fogginess, the sense that your perception was being interfered with in ways you could feel but not entirely identify. That was not coming entirely from within you. People have been projecting onto you, not always maliciously. Sometimes simply because your rising creates in certain people a confrontation with their own stagnation that they do not know how to process constructively. And so they redirect it toward you. In the form of opinions that were not asked for, energy that arrives loaded with something you did not cause, narratives about who you are that serve their understanding of themselves more than they reflect anything true about you. You absorbed some of that. Because you are open, because you are sensitive, because the very qualities that make you extraordinary also make you susceptible to what other people carry when they are not managing it well. But that cloud is lifting now, and what you are going to see as it clears is something that has been there all along, your own perception, uninterrupted, your own knowing, uncontaminated. The version of yourself that sees clearly because she is not carrying anyone else's confusion about who she is supposed to be. I want to speak directly to you now because this is the moment in this story where everything turns and you need to be present for it. The life you have been dreaming of, not the vague, general kind of dreaming that exists as a background hope, but the specific, detailed, genuinely desired visions of what your life could look like and feel like and be that life is not in front of you anymore. It is arriving right now, in this moment that you are standing in. Not all at once. Not with a single dramatic announcement that makes everything instantly clear, but in the quiet, accumulating way that real things arrive, in the texture of days that begin to feel different, in the opportunities that surface without you having forced them, in the relationships that come forward carrying a quality of genuine reciprocity that the previous ones lacked, in the recognition, slow and then sudden, that you are living inside something that is actually working. Start planning for it. Start feeling it as though it is already real, because it already is. The love coming toward you, and it is coming with a specific quality of urgency that has not been present before, is different from what has preceded it. This is not someone who will require you to shrink to make them comfortable. This is someone who is meeting you at altitude, at the frequency you have been climbing toward in the space where your energy currently lives. They are not a person from your previous timeline showing up in your new one. They are someone who belongs here in this elevated, clearer, more authentic version of your life in a way that will be immediately and unmistakably apparent when the connection fully opens. They have been waiting for a container, for someone with the inner strength, the depth, the particular combination of softness and resilience that can hold the force of what they feel and what they are without being destabilized by it. They have been around people who could not quite hold that, who were too fragile or too defended or simply too different in their fundamental frequency to sustain proximity to what this person carries. And then they encountered your energy. What they feel when they are in the field of your presence is not something they have a previous reference for. It is genuinely new, not new in the exciting, novel, this will wear off way, but new in the way of something that expands what a person believed was possible for them in love. That makes the old vocabulary insufficient. That requires them to find language for experiences that did not have names before because they had not yet existed in their life before. That is not a love that burns out. That is the kind that reorganizes a person's interior life and makes going back to the previous arrangement unimaginable. And here is the deep realization that I think changes everything when it fully lands. You are not receiving this because you finally became lovable enough. You are not receiving it because you completed enough inner work or healed enough wounds or became the right version of yourself. You are receiving it because you committed. Because in the season that just ended, in the darkness you moved through without fully naming it as darkness. You said yes to yourself in every moment that it mattered, and no to everything that would have cost you who you are. The love arriving is the natural consequence of that, not a reward dispensed by a universe keeping score, but the organic result of someone who became so genuinely, so specifically, so unmistakably themselves that the only things capable of finding them are things that match that frequency. The turbulence is nearly over, not because the challenges of life are ending. They are not. And you know that. And you are no longer someone who needs that promise to feel secure. But because the particular resistance of this breaking free period, the last-ditch disruptions, the projections, the inexplicable chaos, that specific turbulence is completing its cycle. And what follows it is the kind of stillness that only comes after a storm that has been necessary, the particular quality of air after something has cleared that simply feels different, lighter, more possible. You have been through it. The generational weight, the accumulated patterns, the lifetimes of working through things that were given to you rather than chosen. And you came through with your softness intact, your humility intact, your refusal to become what was done to you intact. That the fact that you survived everything and still refuse to be hardened by it is the most extraordinary thing about you. The stage is being prepared, not for performance, for presence, for the specific and irreplaceable expression of yourself that the world needs and that no one else can provide in the way you can. Not because you are above others, but because you are so fully, so authentically, you so courageously yourself that the contribution only you can make is becoming increasingly possible to offer. Walk toward it without fear, with your head held exactly as high as it has been through everything that tried to bring it down. You are just beginning. And everything that tried to stop you just told you so.